Welcome, everybody, on another episode of the Behind the Struggle podcast. This is not going to be like a full episode. This is a hot take, so it might be a little bit shorter. Who knows? But
Cause some shit went down.
yeah. But for those of you who are new and don't know who we are, I'm your host, CEO, and I'm joined by the one and only
Alexia. And for those of you who also struggle with seasonal depression, what's up?
There
You're
you
not
go.
alone. Fuck winter.
She just wanted to make sure y'all wasn't alone and that she wasn't alone. Definitely
That's
a
the
different
struggle tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah.
So, go ahead, Alexia.
I was gonna say, just kidding. The struggle's something else. What's the struggle, Chris?
Maybe the struggle might rear its head. But we're gonna get right into this, guys. Because we kind of touched on, we talk about hip hop on here a lot, and Sean, Diddy, Combs, Puff Daddy.
Did you guys hear?
Yeah. So there's been a lot of news going on about Diddy lately. I'm not sure if you saw any of it, Alexia, or what you know about it.
I don't watch the news, like the news, but I've been seeing a lot of shit on social media.
What you been seeing?
Well, was it you? We had this discussion. I guess it was off camera, but you were like, "Oh, these rappers have a rumor of being gay," and I was
Yes.
like,
We did it
"Okay."
on podcast.
So I was like, shocked at some and not shocked at others, and I guess Diddy was on the list, and I think I remember being like, "Okay," like,
exactly verbatim, just like that.
yeah. So these allegations. Well, I don't want to say allegations because that shit settled real quick. But I guess he was accused of like being another R. Kelly. But like I guess not to minor like nobodies, no offense. B-list celebrities, singers, Cassie specifically.
Yeah. So I heard similarly that there was a case going on that she was basically suing P. Diddy Combs, and then a day afterwards they settled. And I think it was for it's right now they're saying it's between 30 million or 9 figures.
Get out.
Yeah, that's what's going on right now. It's not fully disclosed, but these are the things that are coming out.
Is Combs his real last name or is it like
That's his real last name. His real name is Sean Combs.
like a comb, like comb your hair?
Yes, if that makes you
That's
remember it easier.
It's unfortunate.
So because they settled so quick, obviously that looks kind of sus to a lot of people. We don't know exactly.
Yeah, because people back in the day they didn't have last names, so they were given last names on like their profession. So like I'm just thinking Sean's family just like they just known for combing their hair or something. Anyway, let me.
I like how I was like, yeah. So the settlement happened so quick after the allegations. It's kind of sus, and you were like, Combs. I'm still on Combs.
I'm still over there.
Alexia, here, come here. All right. So, all right. So this is what I found reading into this. This is coming from CNN. Some pretty interesting shit here. Not gonna lie. I was like, wow.
From when though? November 18th?
Yes. That was Friday. Yeah. We're recording this on a Sunday.
Friday, so the 17th.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry, I get my days mixed up.
Okay.
All right. That's why you have a manager, y'all. All right. So this is what's going on. So I'm just gonna read it what I'm seeing, and this.
This is gonna be great, you guys. Listen carefully to his reading voice.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
All right. So.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
All right. So Cassie sues Sean Diddy Combs for rape and repeated physical abuse. Diddy had nights called the Freak Off, where he hired male escorts a few years into their relationship. Combs began coercing her to engage in a fantasy of his called voyeurism, in which she was directed to have sex with a succession of male prostitutes while Combs watched and masturbated, took pictures, and shot video. They were called freak-offs, which involved costumes like masquerade masks and lingerie. They continued for years, taking place in high-end hotels across the U.S. and in Mr. Combs' homes. Cassie was instructed to search the websites for escort services to procure male sex workers. Cassie would then delete videos from these incidences that had been shot on her phone, but Diddy told her he still had access to them and it would force her to watch them. As a result, these sexual encounters in different cities, Cassie was a victim of sex trafficking. Alexia?
Oh, so that's not like R. Kelly. I thought that's different.
That's way different.
Horrible.
Yeah, pretty bad.
But this happened several times. So I am the last person to be like, you're not a victim, but like, why did you do that so many times? And look for these guys yourself. Like, he made you find the guys. He didn't find them and show up and, put a train on you. You fucking found them. Again, I'm not saying she's not a victim, but like, what are you doing?
Look, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. Maybe Alexia gets a little more slack because she's a woman. Me as a man, I don't want to blame the victim. I don't want to victim blame nobody and be like,
no, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were asking for it. Could have just walked away. I'm sure it's not always that easy, but...
Okay, wait. I'm just thinking because I'm putting myself in that position. Sorry, because I am a woman. So, like, Cassie's a woman. I'm a woman, right? So, if my boyfriend was rich and famous or almost or whatever when they started this relationship, I don't even know, and I don't really care.
Famous.
Okay. And he's like, I have a fantasy, you do this. I personally would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Absolutely not. So, and again, I'm not saying she's weak or anything. Like, she's definitely a victim. This is not okay. But I want to know, I guess, was there any lashback first? Did she try to stop and then he obviously had something over her and threatened her or whatever? Like, this can't be the story.
Well, that's the story that she's coming out with. The other things, because people have asked that as well. And she's basically saying that she was lured into that lifestyle. And it was hard for her to break up because she was...
How old was she?
I think 19 at the time.
Okay, that is young. Yeah.
And she was new into the music industry. Because I remember way back, like, Cassie was putting out music and then she just went silent. And it was around the time when she started dating Diddy. Like, she wasn't putting out no more music. And I guess, she was signed under him. So I guess that kind of, like... that dominance of him being the boss, the head of the record label, and her being
you wouldn't even think
him.
anything of it, right?
Yeah, so she says she was lured into it. Now, I do want to say this, and just by no means, like I said earlier, disclaimer, please. There's going to be one person who's going to be like, they're saying she deserved it. No. What else?
Hell no.
Hell no. We're not saying that. Like, the rape shit, I'm not touching that. Like, rape is fucked up, period. But for her to say she was lured in, to me... I'm kind of with you, Alexa. I'm not buying it. I'm like, wait, they lured you in to that lifestyle of the rich and famous and handsome people? Oh, they lured me in to have this fancy hotels, big-ass houses, globe-trotting all over the place. You were lured in? No, like, you made a decision, and you chose to go with it. Now, the other shit that happened, the other shit that happened behind closed doors, that's fucked up, So I'm just saying, like, I just don't like the fact that at least how the article says it, that she was lured in because of the lifestyle was so enticing, so it made her hard for her to pull away from it.
So I'll give her this, right? If you're a 19-year-old female, again, you're talented, you're starting to make some money, your boyfriend's rich and famous. If he says that, maybe, a normal 19-year-old girl in that position would be like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever makes you happy so that, you can continue to provide X, Y, and Z from me. Maybe she didn't know this was going to be a normal occurrence. Maybe it was a one-time thing. And again, not that I would be like, yeah, run a train on me, but like maybe I'd be more inclined to doing something out of my comfort zone if I thought it was a one-off for someone who I thought I loved. So let's be real.
Yeah, so I also wanted to just put on there as well that it does say in the article it was a few years into the relationship. So They started dating, I
Okay,
think,
so
when
there's
she was
definitely trust
19.
established.
Yeah, so she was maybe 22, 23. I'm just speculating at this point, but
Okay, but still, her first relationship because she didn't know anything else other than that 19-year-old
yeah.
love. So that makes a
And
little more sense.
and now
But
to
still,
answer. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but still, going on with it for years. It's still kind of strange to me. And that's why there has to have been something that he did on top of it to, keep her compliant with that. Cause that's not even like fun. Like if your boyfriend's forcing you to have sex with a bunch of other men, like,
And then search the
and he's,
internet for them.
yeah, but he's watching you and jerking off, like, I don't know, like, does she get pleasure out of that? So it's like, how many times are you willing to make him happy? But then again, let me shut up because how many times do, couples have sex and the girl does not orgasm and obviously the guy does almost every time. And then it's like, well, that was again for you, right? Because you're not worried about what she's doing, but never mind.
Thank you for your 2 cents, Alexia. So the article also goes on to state that Cassie also alleges that Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car for being a romantic rival. And a spokesperson for Cudi backed up Cassie's claims to the New York Times, while the lawyer for Combs
Wait.
denies the allegations against him.
Wait, you just unlocked a folder in my archives, I swear.
Ding ding.
Something about, okay, hip hop heads don't get mad at me, but didn't he call the hit on Tupac?
Well, that's another thing people have also speculated as well. That's why there was
Yeah,
a
I
big
heard
thing
about
when
this.
Eminem kind of brought it back up at the end of his MGK diss.
Yeah, but even besides that, right? There was like, I don't know if it was enough evidence or he had just too much money they couldn't touch him, but wasn't that a conspiracy or in the news as well?
Oh yeah, that's been a conspiracy going on for a long time because that was right in the middle of the beef between Bad Boy Records and Death Row. And
Right.
yeah.
So I'm just saying now there's like almost a pattern. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no longer an isolated incident. And I'm talking
Oh,
about Tupac's death, but also Cassie's claims. It's sort of like a pattern of behavior. And it's a little scarier now because it's like, wait a minute, this guy's been doing this shit on the low for decades.
well, get ready.
This is not funny.
Get ready.
Oh, God, there's more?
Oh, let me continue with this Kid Cudi incident. So, with him blowing up his car, a complaint filed in federal court by Cassie, her real name Cassandra Ventura, alleges early on Combs blew up a man's car after he learned that he was romantically interested in Cassie. It goes on to elaborate that Mr. Combs frequently reminded Cassie of his ability to cause serious harm, whether by requiring her to carry his gun in her purse or by blowing up the car of a musician that was romantically interested. The complaint states Cassie began dating Kid Cudi, whose real name is Scott, during a rough patch in her relationship with Combs in 2011. After returning from a trip, Combs discovered correspondence between her and Cudi and proceeded to attack her.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she has to have obviously proof of this then.
Well, and then also Azealia Banks also backed up Cassie's claims, saying after
Who's that?
Azealia Banks, she's a musician. She does rap, I guess. I guess you consider it in hip hop, but she kind of like does like her own thing. She sometimes she goes off the wall. She's a little cray cray, but she basically backed up Cassie's claim, saying that because I guess her and Cassie were friends, that one time he beat her up so bad that he sent her on a 3-week vacation to Hawaii just so no one would see or question how her face got like that.
That is wild. And also, say she comes back from Hawaii. What are you doing? Get away from him.
Yeah.
That is like not even a red flag. That is like, get the fuck out.
Yep. And do you remember the group Danity Kane?
Yeah?
Yeah, so Aubrey O'Day, remember she was like the lead of the group, the leader? She came out, because she was a member, signed to Mafia
No.
Records. And she chimed in showing support for Cassie as well, saying that she's been
Oh,
trying to tell people about Diddy for years. And that Diddy
wait.
giving his artists back the right to their publishing was a ploy to get them to sign an NDA so they wouldn't disparage him.
Really?
Hmm.
I thought you were going to say she was also abused by him. But his only victim then is in this particular situation is Cassie? He's just
No,
like obsessed with her or something?
there's more.
Oh. What the fuck?
So
I thought this was going to be like a 20-minute podcast. We're already like 20 minutes in.
Alexa's like, wait, what?
Oh my
Alright.
God.
So the day after, like I said earlier, after the allegations were made, Diddy and Cassie reached a settlement after their lawsuit for rape and abuse charges, and it's estimated to be at 9 figures. But since the allegations were made and she decided to sue him, others have began speaking out about things that Diddy has done in the past, and videos have now resurfaced of Diddy's other ex, Gina Hyung, claiming that he caught her texting another man. So he pushed her to the ground, stood over her, and began punching her on the side of the head. And then he stomped on her pregnant stomach. And in another incident, she came to him to let him know that she was pregnant and he wanted her to get an abortion. She was unsure, so he offered her $50,000 to get rid of the baby.
Oh my God.
And
He is definitely just getting painted as this horrendous predator, and it's getting worse and worse. Not that he was ever on a pedestal in my book, even like 20 years ago, but it's still like, what the fuck? And now all I can do is like, because I never watched, what was that stupid show where he was trying to make people famous?
making the band?
Oh, whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
he was like the producer or whatever on making the bands, and he was gonna assign people or whatever. I
Yeah.
never watched that show. Obviously, I didn't know the name, but I just remember like seeing commercials of it on MTV and like his fucking face. And now that's all I can like picture. Like his like mouth breathing, like just you know lips, just like, ugh. And then like him just like listening, right? And he's just, I don't know. Now I just have this horrible vision in my head and I can't shake it.
I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And
What's
this,
even crazier is like all these predators, like P. Diddy and like all the predators, they're so charismatic. You don't find like serial killers or serial rapists that are like problematic or like, mentally handicapped. They're all like amazing in public. That's so scary.
they got charm. And this is the last one.
There's more?
There's one last one. Diddy's ex-bodyguard also came out in an interview that one night at Kim Porter's house, if you don't know who Kim Porter is one of Diddy's exes. She passed away actually a couple years ago, not because of Diddy. Yeah, she is the woman.
I was like, damn, this is crazy.
She is the woman that he had kids with.
Oh.
Yeah. And so basically the bodyguard goes on to state that one night at Kim Porter's house, Diddy was upset at her and he wanted to put hands on her in a violent manner. And she took a corkscrew and tore his wrist up and hit an artery. And he had to rush him over to St. Luke's Hospital to get stitched up. And so he's kind of saying, like, he's already known about Diddy having a violent past. And if he ever wants to remember his ex, who passed away, all he has to do is look at his wrist because she left a scar there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, we may never know exactly what happened between Cassie and Diddy, but the fact that she spoke out is now emboldening all these other people to speak out. And that's why, like what you said earlier, the whole shit with Tupac and Diddy is now coming back because people are like, wait, if he's been getting away with all this shit for all these years and paying these people off and blah blah blah. Who's to say he didn't have anything to do with it?
Yeah. Also, that's all the internet is talking about at the moment. Like, what an admission of guilt that he paid her off so quickly. But then it's like, there's obviously so many more layers to that too, because it's like, so she must have had substantial evidence that he obviously didn't want leaked. So he wanted to end the case as soon as possible so that it was only like that. So he paid her and then, so still, again, paying her to shut up because she's getting a huge sum or whatever. But then it's still terrifying because this man is capable of putting a hit on you. He killed Tupac via someone else, via someone else, via someone else. So her getting that money to him probably ain't shit because he has a lot of it. Like a lot of it.
Oh, he's a billionaire.
And then, yeah, but then he could just put a hit on her, and then she could get all the money, and then never have anything to do, like never spend it, never do anything with it. So now, even though she won, and everyone's like, yeah, he did it to me too, like she would probably be afraid in a sense for her life if the Tupac thing is true, which is even more fucked up because it's like y'all should have been peeping him back when Tupac died. And now Cassie did the right thing. She did the thing she was supposed to do. And what, she's supposed to be afraid for her life because this man is actually powerful and rich and scary.
And that's the thing because, Diddy is one of the most recognized figures in hip hop. He's a hip hop mogul. He's a hip hop icon. Where despite these allegations, and I'm not trying to give him praise, but like a lot of people know who he is. They know him from Bad Boy Records. They know him from Biggie and all that stuff, right? But even I've heard like strings of his violent like history. I mean, just like you said, him with the stuff with Pac was always a thing. This shit with Kid Cudi literally blowing up his car because he thought there was a potential romantic interest between him and his ex at the time. And then also J. Cole. J. Cole even talks about it in the song. I think there was a night where he was in a club with Diddy. This is when J. Cole was just signed to Rock Nation, Jay-Z's record label. And Diddy said something, I think, to Drake early in his career. And J. Cole defended him. And him and P. Diddy got into a fight, like an actual scuffle. Like, in this club. Because J. Cole tried to defend him. And Diddy was like, yo, who are you? Like, you the new blood coming in here. Like, you know who I am? And, like, got into a fight with J. Cole. I mean, now there's a joke going on around that because of the whole shit with Kid Cudi's car getting blown up, that ever since P. Diddy got into that fight with J. Cole, if you ever see J. Cole traveling, he's never in the car. He's always riding a bike.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, people have seen, like, J. Cole just riding around in the bike in New York City. Like,
really?
Yeah, it's pretty common. He's like real.
Well, you could also blow up a bike, but okay.
Yeah, but I think the chance of you getting blown up in the car as opposed to a bike are a lot higher. So that's just a joke,
true.
though. I don't want to put any validity
to that. Is it?
I don't know. I mean, if it's an e-bike, yeah, you gone. But if it's a regular bike, it is what it is. But yeah, so that's why I think this is interesting. All this shit that's coming out. I mean, 50 is notorious for have been clowning on Diddy for years. Like, he don't fuck with Diddy. He's been saying, like, now that all this shit's coming out, 50 is even double downing on it. Like, I've been told y'all about Diddy. I've been told y'all about this guy. I've been told y'all he kind of funny.
And it's a shame that, like, all that really does is sort of amplify, like, how rich and famous people can literally just buy. It's like there's no laws. It's literally just like fines, right? So how can you afford this fine? So you're not breaking the law because you can pay the fine and keep moving with your life, right?
Yeah.
So billionaires, obviously, like abusive ones and whatever, they can do whatever they want, literally whatever they want. And for some reason, they like the sicker shit and they do like more fucked up things because they can get away with all of it. And Diddy has been getting away with it. And maybe him paying Cassie off, he's like, okay, yeah, that case is over. I don't care. He's still getting away with it because he's not being held accountable for the 18 other things you listed off that fucking shocked me.
Yeah. And to your point, I think that also just is kind of scary to show just how powerful some of these figures are in hip hop. I mean,
Yeah, so it's literally like,
because
who else?
yeah, because really think about it. Like Diddy has literally, if we're believing all these allegations and these stories, had supposedly gotten Tupac killed. Arguably, to a lot of people, the greatest rapper to ever exist. All right,
Nah. Okay.
I'd say, but arguably to a lot of people. All right,
Okay.
there are people listening to this who are like Tupac the greatest, whatever. It's always a conversation of who's better, Biggie or Pac. Anyways, so you got that right. He's had scuffles with Drake, J. Cole, and it's like J. Cole and Drake aren't like little
Right.
in underground rappers.
But still, all these incidences are so little. So it's kind of like individually, they don't mean anything. It's the fact that there's so many of them and this pattern is just.
That's my point. It's like that's how
Yeah.
powerful he must be, right? That like he's been doing shit like this behind the scenes, whether under his record label, through other artists that are not signed to him, because he has this power of like being the guy who started Bad Boy Records.
Yeah.
So it's just like, damn, there's like that. Just gotta give him a pass to do all this shit, and he just never
Right.
been caught, put in jail, like nothing. And even if someone does bring it up to him, like you said, like just throws hush money to shut them up. And that's that.
Because even this, exactly, even this is technically hush money because there's no case. He doesn't even want it to go to trial. It's literally not like, I don't care what you have. Here's money.
Yeah. I mean, even
So
the
maybe
guy.
any girl, maybe I should go and be like, Diddy did it to me too, and get some of that cash.
Look at you.
Just
I wish
kidding.
I could
That's
see her
fucked
face
up.
when she said that.
I'm
So
just
much
kidding. That is
sass.
fucked up. I'm already like, it's already hard enough to be a victim, and I do not mean to belittle them at all. But like, I'm just saying, he is obviously, I don't want to say like vulnerable, but like, there's got to be like a huge amount of guilt for him to not even want that to surface. It's not even like he wants to settle for a lower amount. It's literally just like, get it out of my life, get it out of my face.
Yeah, exactly.
Must be nice to have enough money to fucking say that.
I mean, here's crazy. As we're recording this, guys, Diddy recently posted a video on his
Get
IG.
out.
Yeah, he recently
No
posted
way.
a video on his IG of him singing "Here I Stand, Tall and Free" after the settlement and the allegations. Yep.
So he doesn't even care. What a narcissist. He's throwing it in every victim's face. And that's crazy because you see, the judicial system works almost exactly like Among Us. It really only matters how well you can convince somebody else someone is guilty or not. It has nothing to do with like what's right and wrong anymore because there's all these laws and sub chapters and articles and blah blah blah. But like that is just that is fucked up. And it's not even like, oh, he's guilty because he did that. It's like, are you good? Like, it's not that, you did it and then you quote unquote got away with it. Now you're bragging about it. Now you're like, well, I can't get charged for the same thing twice because that's how the law is. Like, you are wilding, Diddy. You are wilding.
Yeah. Well, I also think that what makes Diddy so powerful as well are the people he's associated with. Because unlike R. Kelly, right? What R. Kelly did was crazy fucked up. R. Kelly was just a singer. Like, he was just an artist. Diddy isn't just an artist, he's an executive. So he owns Bad Boy Records. He's not signed
so
to
that's
it.
just
He
like
owns the shit. He owns his own television network. He
multiplies his shit by
yeah.
5.
He owns his own clothing line. He owns his own liquor. Like, he owns his own radio station. So he's involved with a lot of people. He's got too much money attached to him, and his business partners can't allow somebody like him to fall, possibly, because he provides too much value to them.
Right. And all these people are eating off of him.
Yeah.
Pause.
Big pause.
Yeah. Ew, I just imagined
Ew.
his mouth breathing.
Stop.
But yeah, so they don't want him to go away because they're getting paid. But then now it's again like, okay, so again, the judicial system is, I'm sorry, ass. Because it's literally like, okay, so because he's responsible. And it's not even that he is. It's just that you think he is. Because someone else, or even, let's say 5 people need to go in and replace him. So what? Okay? You're fucking really amazing. And, you're a fucking actual asset. You're an asset to this company, Diddy. But we need 5 people to come and replace you to do everything that you do. That's how valuable you are. You still need to go away because you are wrong for several things. And we should bring 5 people in to do his shit or promote 5 people. It's really like, you guys are going to survive. Don't fucking be like, if Diddy leaves, I'm not going to have Christmas. Like, you guys need to grow up.
What was that?
That that was his, like, CEOs of all the little sub companies. Like, oh, no, we need Diddy. Oh, no, you don't.
But Lexi, we talk about this all the time, like, unrelated to Diddy. I mean, America, you know, just in general, it's just run by corporations. You know, that people who have the money run the country.
It's all monopolies, which is a Greek word, by the way.
Oh. You know, so it's like these people will never really face repercussions because they have the money to pay people off or to do certain things. I mean, going full back to the Pac thing, people have been saying the guy that's now got locked up or arrested for Tupac's murder has said that he's been saying this for years. For years.
Saying what?
That he was in the car that drove the people who killed Tupac. He's been saying for years in interviews, and he never got locked up until this year. And people are now speculating that, well, yeah, he's probably taking the fall for Diddy and was paid off to do it. This is all speculation, you know, but that's the thing that he's been talking about it for years.
Yeah, now we're talking about a billionaire. So, like, how deep does this run? Pause. It's literally like, what's crazy, too, is these billionaires that, like, do these crimes. These crimes are so crazy, and it's probably because the light crimes, quote unquote, are boring. They've done those already. They get bored, and then they like up it up. So every year they become more of a predator, you know. And what they do is fucked up, but it's literally because they know they can get away with it. It's literally like as if the dollar makes the fucking world go round, and that's probably what all the governments want you to think. That's what America wants you to think. Because America is about to be the poorest country in the world, but let me get off that.
Pause.
It's just so fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, and you speak it to, like, you know, when people have money, they're just bored of little crimes or just whatever. Like, literally, like, Diddy, I think, got a cease and desist. He got a letter from Warner Brothers because I think last Halloween, he dressed up as the Joker. And he was literally going around, like, terrorizing people dressed as the Joker. Like, he got too into the role. There's, like, videos of it where, like, he almost got into a fight with some guy because some guy had no idea that it was Diddy. He just saw some crazy dude dressed as a Joker.
Okay, the Joker has deep psychological problems, and Diddy's a narcissist. So combine those two, yeah, you have a fucking man-child running around like, you don't know who I am, I'm famous, bitch, I'm a billionaire, and everyone's like, you're wearing clown makeup, I can't recognize you. How dare you? And then he cries and then, like, beats people up and then, like, throws a tantrum, goes home, and he's like, you'll never guess what happened to me, and then beats them up too, like, fucking fragile egos, OD.
And it's funny that you said that because there's actually a line from him in those videos taken of him dressed as the Joker, where he's literally, where the guy is like telling like, "Yo, man, just keep it moving," and like Diddy's like, "Oh, you don't want to fuck with me? It's love, baby. Don't play with me on Halloween." It's like, do you know how so stupid of a line that? Don't play with me on Halloween as I'm dressed as a clown.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Exactly. It's
like
dumb.
Even if a regular person said that, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're Diddy. It's like, what are you saying?
Yeah. So anyways, he got a letter from WB, so he's banned from ever dressing up as a Joker. They don't want him dressing up because they own the character. And this year he dressed up as Batman, and he bought the real Batmobile from the movie and was driving around with it, dressed up as Batman.
Ooh, you really showed them.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just like these billionaires is like, when you have money, like, you do shit like that because you got nothing better to do. Like, oh, for a Halloween costume, I'm going to buy a real Batmobile and just go around the
just
city.
Because you banned me from being the Joker, but that's legitimate. That's a business, Diddy. Aren't you a business owner? If you are representing my product horribly, then yes, as a business, I cannot let you continue. That's like, what if I dressed up as Diddy? Like, no racist shit. What if I was like, I'm
crazy.
Diddy? But I'm just saying, what if I was like, I'm Diddy, and then I went around and, like, tried to stick, like, a dildo up everyone's ass? You know what I mean? Oh, you're misrepresenting me. Yeah, that's what you did with the Joker, homie.
I'm sorry. Listeners, this will never happen, but ever since you said that, if you guys don't know what Alexia looks like, she is half Chinese and half Greek, long hair, And I'm just picturing what you said. If
I look
dress
like
up,
Azula from Avatar. Shout out Avatar coming out February.
but it's funny because when you said I dress up as Diddy, I couldn't help but shake the image in my
Whatever,
head.
you know what I mean?
Of Alexia in blackface. It's like that would look
No.
crazy. You would
No
look
racist
crazy
shit.
in blackface.
But what if I just had like a mask? Like, P. Diddy's, he probably has fucking, he
Now I
definitely
want to
has
see you dressed
cardboard
up as
cutouts
Diddy,
of his shit.
and I want to see how you act as dressed as Diddy.
All I'm gonna do is stick dildos at people's asses and be like,
I'm
you like
staying
this,
away
right?
from you on Halloween then.
Exactly. And then he's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna sue you because you're misrepresenting me. That's what you did to Joker. That's exactly what you did. And Joker's a fictional character, homie. You are literally a real person. You look crazy. You're making me sound crazy.
Oh man. But yeah, so guys, so this is all the stuff. I'm sure something else is gonna come out in the weeks ahead, and we'll see if we cover that or not.
Yeah, this story is getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah, I'm sure more people.
And
are
I
gonna
mean,
speak out.
So Chris, what would be like a resolution to you, in your opinion?
Honestly,
y'all should have seen his face.
I know because I personally think he needs to get locked up if he's guilty on all these crimes and stuff that happened. And him and R. Kelly need to do a collab album in prison called Penitentiary Players. And
that would just make them more money. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but I want to hear that.
Now get this though.
Oh,
even
Alexa's
if he's
about to drop some gems, y'all. If y'all saw her expression, get ready.
I'm not even trying to play devil's advocate. If that's the solution in your head, right? He goes to jail, hypothetically. Money runs shit in jail twice as much as it does out here. That's probably gonna do nothing but good shit for him. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're probably right.
Cause he's a fucking billionaire. He's gonna buy every human in that jail. And they will sell themselves to him, and they will do whatever he says and say whatever he wants, and he will live like in jail, not like a king, because it's not like jail cells are, but he'll probably be able to even pay for like a luxury suite, a fucking king mattress, waterbed, whatever. Like
he'll be living like the
he's
kingpin.
so rich, he will have whatever he wants in jail. So and jail is not going to stop him from releasing music or running his business. So
no, it won't.
Okay, so
but
I'm not suggesting the death penalty.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to be the one out here doling death to people. Like, you die.
No.
You should die.
That's not what I'm saying. But I'm also saying that's not even a solution. It's not that I don't want him in jail. It's that that's not really going to do anything. Maybe it's going to hurt his ego and dampen his spirits for like a couple weeks. You know what I mean? But money in jail runs shit for real. Money in America runs shit, but money in jail runs shit like a whore. Like,
are you speaking from experience? He repeating it. Money runs shit in prison. Like, have you done years in the pen that I don't know about? Like,
I'm gonna defer. Thank you.
the politically correct statement. I mean,
so,
Alexia, what do you think would be a proper resolution for him?
You gotta cut the roots. Take away his funds, freeze his accounts, take him down from the CEO positions that he's at, make him live like a normal human, like the rest of us. That's more punishment than going to jail. I think it's not that like we or anyone should have the right to be like, all your money, it's gone. Like, no, but it's sort of like you gotta cut it from there and then be like, now you're going to live real. So you cannot afford a speeding ticket anymore. Are you going to do it now?
Am I supposed to answer as Diddy?
No, I thought you were just thinking of what I was saying, and I was like, yeah, profound.
I mean, I was really like taking it in, but also like your facial expression just like drove the point home. I was like,
I guess.
All right.
I guess a part of me was ready for you to be like, wow, you're so smart. That's great. Like, but fuck you.
Hold on, let's run that back. Say your last part again.
Anyways, what do you guys think?
Wow, Alexia, you're so smart. Damn. I didn't think about
Awkward. What do you guys think should be the punishment if all of these were true? And if all of these things are not, what is going on? Like in the music industry, hip hop specifically. Why is all this shit like all entangled and like all connected to like predators.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, cause like, not Diddy aside, like we hear this shit all the time about these multi-million billionaires doing this freaky shit. All I'm gonna say is this, cause R. Kelly, that they had that whole documentary series that came out with him. If Diddy is charged on any of these crimes and found guilty and serves time, all I'm gonna say that documentary on Diddy gonna be crazy. Surviving P. Diddy Combs, like I'm gonna watch that shit. That's gonna be crazy.
It should be just surviving Combs. That'd be funny. It'd be like, what is this? A bunch of brushes in the air?
Oh
Like,
my gosh, full circle, y'all, full circle.
always. All right, guys. Well, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Behind the Struggle. Subscribe to our YouTube, Behind the Struggle. Subscribe to my TikTok, Asexia. My Instagram is @LexiaLou. Don't forget, you can find us and email me on thisisceo.com.
And I'm the real CEO on IG. You guys can follow me there and all the other places that Alexia stated. I'm there too. So y'all let us know in the comment section or reach out to us via email what you think. If you guys want to see us further covering this as it develops, if something else comes up. But yeah, y'all let us know what you think.
Yeah,
I
we're
think
not
it's fucking
journalists or
crazy.
whatever, but if you think that this is slightly entertaining and we should do this and more, then let us know, please. Like, what do you guys want?
Yeah, let us know, y'all.
What do
All
you
right,
want?
buddy. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. So with that said, y'all stay blessed, stay away from Diddy, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.